What are their thoughts about you? Yes, this is exactly what we are going to find out today. I know you have a person in your heart at the moment and you want to know more about how do they see you? How do they perceive you? How do they think about you? So I want you to focus on the cards that we have on the screen. And as you hold that person close to your heart and your mind, select the one that resonates with you the most. These are the three cards that we have: peace, self, and breathe. Take as much time as you need to do this selection. Pause the video if you need to do so. Follow your inner guidance and intuition on that. And as soon as you are ready, feel free to skip to the card that you selected. There are timestamps on the video, so you will be able to do so easily. And if by any chance some of you feel called to watch the whole video out of, let's say, maybe curiosity, or maybe because you feel that there is something that you can find in the different readings, that's perfectly fine as well. Just follow your inner guidance and I will see you in a few seconds. Let's see what is the answer for you. Hello, pile one. Peace. This is the card that resonated with you the most, and this card is about not being, let's say, a victim of the dramas that other people have, right? It's basically find your peace away from the drama. Okay, interesting, and let's start. Let's see what is coming for you regarding the thoughts that person that you have in your heart is having about you. How do they see you? How do they perceive you? Okay, let's see if it is exactly what you would love to hear, or maybe not, but whatever it is, it will come. Okay, let's go there. Let's start with the tarot for that. What are their thoughts about you? What do they need? What do you need to know about this? Okay. Wow. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yes, this is interesting. Actually, they think really highly about you. I can tell you that from the start, from the get-go, okay? I will get into details, but actually they think really highly about you. They perceive you as a very amazing person, let's say. And actually, I want you to focus that their thoughts about you are very related about how a lovely person you are, because actually we are getting here on this reading for cards that are related directly to the Cups suit, and the Cups suit is about the emotions and love and feelings, right? And they perceive you as a overall here, and I will go into details now. They perceive you as a very loving person, you know, a person that is very in touch with your emotions, right? That's the way they see you. A person who is willing to give love to others and attention and take care of others and build good and lasting relationships. Let me tell you, first, the Nine of Cups. This is directly related, like, with abundance in every single way that abundance can manifest. So they see you as a very, let's say, prosperous and abundant person. Of course, in the sense, you can see the golden colors here, you can see the jewelry here. So they see you as a person who is prosperous, abundant, that is open to receive all the blessings that the universe is giving to you, and at the same time you are receiving them. You are getting that. You have a very good and prosperous life. And see this is related to material life as well, as you can see here, but at the same time, because it's the cups, the Nine of Cups, which is a suit of emotions, they also see you as a person who is loved, and also who is open to love and to receive love from other people. They see you as a very open person in that setting, that you not only receive blessings of, let's say, money, finances, abundance, but also love, that you are willing to receive with open hands the love that other people want to give to you. So that's how they see you, as a very open person in that way, which is very good. It's very good, actually. They actually think that you're having a great life in that way, because you are very prosperous and abundant and willing to receive, and basically having an amazing time, very accomplished. So that's how they see you. That's how they perceive you, and how they think about you. At the same time, we have here the Three of Cups and the Two of Cups, which is amazing. The Three of Cups is about friendship and siblings, so they see you also as a person who is very connected to the people in your life, like a person who is very able and willing to create a long-lasting relationship of friends and family members, and that you have their back and they have your back. So you are very integrated, let's say, with your community in that way. So yes, that's how they see you, that hence that lovely aura that they see in you. And at the same time, they see you as a person with the Two of Cups who is also willing to form long-lasting partnerships, right? And give and receive everything in that relationship. Like, give yourself fully to your friends, to your family, to your siblings, if you have them, and actually to form like a relationship with your friends that is like basically being family members, right? And also a person who is perfect to live let's say, like in a couple setting, right? Like with a partner, and that by doing so, you will be able to integrate completely in that relationship, like in a harmonious way, in a good partnership of love and sharing, and even creating things in the world together. And that is not a surprise for this person, how they see you in that way, because they also see you as a Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is actually, they see you as you're holding your heart in your hands, right? The roses symbolize your emotions, your feelings, your heart. They see you as a knight. A knight is a person who is very caring about others, right? Is courageous as well. So they see you as a very courageous person in the way of the emotions. You are open to show your emotions. You are open to tell people, I love you, I'm here for you, this is how I feel. You are also like open to have like big gestures, not to dazzle people, not to impress, just because that's how you feel, that's how you share love and you care for other people, is by doing so. So yes, overall, they see you as very lovely, very loving, very open to relationships, and let's say like you have a lot to give and you are not afraid to do it. And then the Hermit. The Hermit is a major arcana, so this is about main energies in your life and processes of transformation as well when needed. So they see you also as a person. The Hermit goes, within, and isolates a little bit when needed, or a lot depending on their situation, and does spiritual work to grow. So this is a very interesting combination, because they perceive you as a very loving person, a person that wants and can be in a partnership, let's say as a couple, as friends, and sharing emotions with others. But they also see you as a person who works also on your spirituality, in the sense that you don't need other people to feel happy. You are able to withdraw and be alone when you need to do so. You are able to take time for yourself, to work on yourself. It's not that you are in contact with others emotionally because you are lacking anything and you have this need to be outside, out there all the time, and you cannot be by yourself. it's not because of that. They see you actually as a very wise person, and a person who pursues actually wisdom and peace and quiet and enlightenment in some way, by being able to be with yourself, by being able, maybe sometimes some of you meditate or just are able to go outside in nature, or just being away, or read books, or do things that can improve your personal life. So you're a person who love, because you are also a person who knows how to love yourself, and at the same time you have done the work, and you're doing the work to do personal growth, right? Personal improvement. So you can be also at the same time good for yourself and good for other people. So that's amazing, because they see you as a very highly evolved person emotionally, and at the same time is spiritually as well. So like I said, since the beginning, they actually have you in high esteem, in high esteem. And I like this a lot, the synchronicity, the same energy on the peace card that you selected, that is related to avoid the dramas that people can have and find peace in that way, because the hermit does that. The hermit avoids any kind of dramas, from like, let's say, himself or herself, but also from other people, hence the withdrawing, to be more in connection with inner guidance, intuition, peace, tranquility. So that's that. So emotions but no drama, let's say, love but no drama. So that's beautiful. Like I said, they think very highly about you. Let's find out a little bit more about those thoughts and even feelings that they could show, and how they see you, especially how they see you, how they see your let's say, your emotions, how you show and present. Let's find out a little bit more with some oracle cards. Okay. Okay. Let's pull a few more cards from other decks. This is a journey here. This is interesting. Okay, interesting. So, talking about how their thoughts about you, which is the reading that we are doing, right? They see you. This is interesting, because they see you in this way, but at the same time, we are getting here the bottle up and the sorrow, card. So they also think about you like a person that in some moment in the journey has had, and probably that's why they see that you do, or you have been doing this personal growth, because the way that they see you, maybe they know you from before, or maybe they just have an idea of your journey and how you have been evolving through time, because they think that at some point in your life, in your process, in the past, it was hard for you to express your emotions. Like you had a lot bottled up inside, emotions or feelings or thoughts especially, right? So, and at the same time, that you have had some kind of, let's say, sorrow and also sadness in your life, and probably those things also created for you that, let's say, behavior of not expressing yourself fully and completely. That's why also here we have the remembrance card, which is about, let's say, feelings and emotions from the past that at some time they can resurface. The way that they see you is that in the past, at some point you had experiences that were complicated, that created sadness in you, that created like sorrow, that created some mourning, and at the same time it was hard for you at that point to deal with that, and you kept that inside you, right? Probably that's related to the drama that we're seeing here. Let's say the find peace, leaving drama behind. And there were also remembrance, like coming back to those emotions. But the way they see you is that you worked through all of that. That the person that you became and the person that you are right now, and the way that they perceive you, this person that you have in your heart, is that you did all, you went through all of this, all these experiences, you did all the work, to get here. This is the work. That's why they see you as sometimes as a hermit, as a person who is highly evolved, that has taken the time to do the work, because in some way they perceive you as a person that had some experiences in the past that were not the best, probably some behaviors like bottle up, like since you are in such a deep connection with your emotions, maybe some of them were hard for you to express. Maybe you absorbed like a lot, from those experiences, and that created sadness and also like stuck emotions there. You were like nostalgic sometimes, resurfacing that, until one day you decided that you needed to do some work to release, to let go of that drama, to find the peace within, and you did this inner work. And by doing so, you were more open again to feelings, to emotions, to showing, to receiving. Actually, the person that you have, let's say you have always been that person, but of course, there was a blockage here because of past situations in your life. But by doing the work that you have been doing on yourself, right, the peace and the hermit, you have been able to receive a lot and to be open. You didn't close forever. So they see you like that, which is really nice, because now this person that you have in your heart knows that you have been walking the path, that yes, you have been out there, you have been having experiences, but you have decided to be true to yourself, a Knight of Cups, a person with your heart in your hands, and also to experience and enjoy all the blessings and receive the people who truly love you and be able to love at the same time. Then we also got the leaves, and this is amazing because it's that process, that journey of how they see you. They see you as a person by doing all of that you attain renewal. The leaves is a symbol of renewal, right? When we see leaves in a plant, when they grow, when they come, it's the renewal, it's the revival of the plant. It's also the progress, because the plant, let's say, creates leaves as it's progressing on its growing, right? And that's how they see you. Like, you did all of this, you attained all of this, and now you are this person who has progressed so much, let's say emotionally, in your heart, in your soul, and you are happy. They see you as like exactly like that, like renewed and revived, right? Because of all of that. They see like a lot of energy in you. To receive, to give, and to keep growing, and at the same time to even get to blossoms, right? And it's interesting because they also see, this is the preserve card. So they see you at the same time in a more practical setting, besides your emotions, besides who you are in your heart and soul. They also see you as a practical person, which is good, because preserve is about security, forethought, about planning for the future, maybe for a rainy day, or even if there is no rainy day, it's still planning, right, for the things to come ahead. So they see you as a person in touch with your emotions and also with your soul, but at the same time with your feet in the ground, so thrifty if needed, preserving the resources that you have in your life, not like going out there crazy and overexpending, not having like a lacking mentality either, just like being practical and being also like planning for the future and all of that. So this is very interesting at the same time, because they also perceive you like this, okay? So my beautiful soul, overall a very nice, let's say, perception and thoughts that this person that you have in your heart has about you. They see you as loving, they see you as this person, I mean you, did all the work necessary to go through the experiences in life and choose peace and choose no drama and choose leave behind all of these other emotions and behaviors. Now you are renewed, you are in deep connection, and at the same time you're extremely practical. So you can be a good partner because you can be trusted, you know, in managing resources and managing the home and all of that. So yeah, I think it's very nice. Let me know what you think about this. Are you like this? Because this is what I think about you, but I don't know what you think about yourself. So let me know. Let me know if this is how you see that. Now you can see, yes, I do see that the way that they behave towards me is that they perceive me like that. Or maybe they don't tell you. So now when you truly found out about this, or maybe you want to tell me how you truly are, if you are like this exactly, but this is how they think about you, how they perceive you. So let me know if you want to do so on the comments down below, and of course subscribe to the channel as well and like the video so you can see more readings that could support your journey, your process, give you guidance, give you clarity, and at the same time we can expand as well and reach more people who need this same service that you have needed today. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. I will see you next time, and I love you all, beautiful souls. Hello, pile 2, self. This is the card that resonated with you the most, and this is about loving yourself and give you freedom to be as you are and to accept yourself and love yourself as you truly are. So I love it. I love it. It's a nice way to start this reading. But let's see now how you are perceived by that person that you have in your heart at the moment, right? You want to know more. How do they see you? How do they perceive you? So let's see. Let's find out. Let's find out with the tarot. So you can have more clarity, so you can get guidance, maybe about, yes, I feel it. Oh, wow, the way that they behave, maybe towards you or not, represents this. Sometimes people tell us, but sometimes they don't. So we are not clear, right? Okay. Oh, my God, so many jumping, but yes, this is the leader here. Let's see what else. Okay, my God. Jumpers. Yes, I'll take it. The leaders of the group are coming for you. Okay, got it. Okay. Okay, so this is the main reading about how they perceive you. Of course, we will pull some oracle cards as well to get clarity and complement this. So, listen, this is so interesting because you got here a major arcana, the Sun, which is like the most beautiful card in the tarot, you say, or one of the most beautiful ones. Of course, that's preference, but this is amazing. Major arcanas are about main events in life, transformation, like main energy. So the main energy, the main way they perceive you is as a person that is basically blessed by the universe. They see you as totally blessed, like you have good luck, you are prosperous, you are abundant, but especially they see you as a very, let's say, like joyful person, like blissful and happy, right? Like radiant, like the universe is basically shining over you and you are there receiving it and enjoying and being full of life as the sun gives you life as well. So they perceive you as like amazing person, receiving a lot of blessings and willing to receive them and enjoying life and full of light and energy. That's how they see you. That's what they think about you. And at the same time, they perceive you as a person who has been willing to walk away from things that didn't serve you. This is the Eight of Cups. This is about deciding, to leave behind emotions, feelings, or patterns, and even relationships in the past that didn't serve you, and walk towards the light and a beautiful horizon and good things that can bring good experiences in your life. So they see you as a person that, yes, has had setbacks. You have had setbacks in your life, who doesn't, right? But you have been able, probably in relationships, could be family relationships or work relationships, or especially even love relationships in the past that didn't serve you. And yes, you suffered, you went through the journey, through the process, but you had, like let's say the courage, the determination, and this at the same time the love for yourself. And this is all related to the self card that you selected, that resonated with you the most, about loving yourself. Also, you loved yourself so much at some point that you decided, listen, this is not serving me, so I'm gonna walk away from this, from a place of love to myself. I will leave this behind burning, and I will create a better future, a better life, better people in my life, better experiences. So that's how they say you. You have walked this path, and they admire you for doing so. How this is how they perceive you. At the same time, they perceive you as a king of swords. The swords is the suit of the mind, right, and the thoughts. So they also see you as a person who is very in tune with, you are very in tune with your thoughts and your mind, and that you're very strategic. You're not an impulsive person. You're a person who takes the time needed to analyze every situation, not from a place of fear, from a place of intelligence, from a place of wisdom. You know how to see all the parts in a situation, analyze them, and decide how to move forward, right? They see you as a person who has done the work also to evolve, not only emotionally, but also intellectually. And that's why now you are ruling that area, the area of the mind. And you are not impulsive, you are very strategic, and you are very assertive. So they see you as that. So it's like they see you like as a very complete person. At the same time, the Page of Pentacles, this is about being also motivated, right? Motivated about starting processes and ideas and things in life, like a dreamer. Pentacles is about abundance, money, but the Page is a person who is like ready to go and do new things, right? So they see you also as a person who is motivated, to try new things, and even dreams that can seem like unattainable, like becoming an astronaut, for example. They see you as that kind of person who believe that everything is possible, that the dreams that we have dear in our soul, in our heart, can be attained by dreaming them, but also by taking action. Like you have this approach in life that, yes, things can be done, I can make things happen, I'm so motivated about new things, and I am dreaming big, and I am taking action about them. So they see you as a person who is like that. Sometimes they also see you, and this could happen, yes, because no one is perfect. They also see you, this is the Five of Swords. So although they think that you are an amazing person, in control of the mind, has done the work to, leave behind what is not serving you. You are joyful, you are motivated, you are starting projects that are like let's say sometimes can seem like impossible, but you know that you can do it, and you have, let's say, joy and happiness doing that. They also perceive you sometimes as being overwhelmed by situations that come your way. That sometimes circumstances and situations hit you, and you have a little bit of trouble handling them, and you think a lot about them and analyze a lot about them. and can be like concerned and overwhelmed in situations. Like you think a lot, right? You think a lot, which is not bad per se, because that's why you are also a King of Swords, you know, and you analyze everything, as I was telling you before, and you are at the same time like very strategic, and you are quiet and calm most of the time, and you look forward to situations without fear. But in that process, and this is interesting, and I know it can happen to people, in that process sometimes you tend to get overwhelmed. You think a lot, you have a very active mind, and you are so intellectual, right? And you work so much with your mind in every setting, could be even in your profession, right? But also that many times reflects as well in the circumstances in life, that you analyze and think so much that sometimes you drive yourself crazy, right? And you feel overwhelmed by a lot of things that come your way. The good thing is that you always find your way, you know, to get in tune and to find the best decision and to quiet the mind. But before you get there, right? And that's also why you walk this path and this journey as well. Before you get here, many times you are in this process of overwhelming, right? Many times you are in that process, and then of course you evolve that situation and you get here. So they see you as that kind of person. It's not that they feel that you have any problems. They perceive that you get too involved with your thoughts sometimes. You get lost in them. You feel overwhelmed, maybe sometimes even sad, or you don't even know what to do. And you work it out and you get here. Probably for you, beautiful soul, would be better if you would be more calm in the process of thinking. But this can happen a lot, I know, to people who are highly intellectual, you know, that they analyze so much, but then they get overwhelmed. And then, of course, they overcome that. It would be better if by other practices, you know, that can support you in your journey, you could do the process of thinking and analysis without getting overwhelmed. If this is truly how you are, because like I am saying, I'm doing this reading from the perspective of the person that you have in your heart. This is how they perceive you. Maybe they are completely right, maybe they are completely wrong, okay? But this is how they perceive you. Okay, let's find out a little bit more about, let's say, thoughts and emotions, about how they see you. Let's use some oracle cards now for this. Okay. Yes, I can see that, because it's coming right after the Five of Swords. Okay. Okay. Yes, okay. 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 Yes, this is coming together. Okay, I get it. So, fed up, manic. Okay, this is in the same energy. So, don't worry. This is not how they feel about you. This is about how they perceive you sometimes, you know. Is that sometimes they feel, and this is in tune with the Five of Swords, right? It's the same energy. They feel that sometimes, because of all those thoughts and those emotions in that process, when you are in the middle of that journey, in situations in the Five, which is actually the middle, before you get to here, you know, in that process to the King of Swords, sometimes you tend to get fed up. And that's understandable, you know. You tend to get fed up with the situation. You tend to get really overwhelmed. You tend to, like, oh my God, I'm just tired of this situation. I just had enough, right? Of course, because you're a person who does the work, who recognizes what is not serving you, then you keep going in a better way and you get to this place. But yes, in that process, you can get frustrated, and they see that. And they also sometimes perceive you as manic in some way, as being obsessed sometimes with situations and thoughts and analyzing and trying to find the answer, you know, in a way that sometimes it's like that. It's like being so focused on that, so single focus on analyzing this and every, let's say, manifestation of the situation and how to solve it, that sometimes you can be perceived by this person in your heart as a little bit manic, in the sense of you are just so focused on this that there's nothing else in your mind, you know, and this is overwhelming you completely. That doesn't mean that they don't have good feelings about you. Probably this is coming from a good place. You know, like they would like prefer for you that you would be more quiet in the process for you, you know, like more relaxed, so this wouldn't affect you. But this is what they are seeing in this situation. Actually, they see you, the way they perceive you, besides that, your relationship with the mind and how you handle things, is that you are deserving. See, you are deserving. They see you actually overall as a very good person who is deserving of good things, and that's why they have a lot of perceptions about this process, because they see that you react like this, and they actually see that you are a deserving person of love, you know, of care, of joy and happiness that you also have in your life. And they would love probably that you were more in tune with this other balanced part of your personality, so you would receive all the time all the blessings that the universe has for you and other people as well. But yes, overall they see you as a very good, nice person who is deserving of the best. They also see that you have had some losses in your life, right? And that sometimes because of those losses, and this is so in tune with the Eight of Cups, right? We were talking about that before, that there were things that didn't serve you, situations, relationships, right, in your life that you lost or you had to leave behind because they were not working for you. And that's why they perceive that in your life there have been losses, and you have been through processes of grief, of sadness, right? You have grieved that, but at the same time, resurrection from those losses, that you didn't stay there, that you decided to move. So this is confirmation on this. This is very strong. This perception that they have about you is very strong about, you know, this energy that overwhelmed that you can get sometimes, you know, by working with your mind so much in situations and overthinking things sometimes, and getting lost on that. And also the perception of how the losses made you, you know, go through a grieving process, but determination, leaving behind and resurrecting. And that's also why you also have the sun in you and the king in you and the page as well, you know. So they recognize and acknowledge your journey, right? And the other way that they see you is, this is the walking staff, right? And the walking staff is all about, it's a tool for support when you are walking, you know, so you can support yourself, and at the same time it's for encouragement, right? At the same time, and it has power to take you to the mountain, you know, to the top of the mountain, like the king is there, right? So they also perceive you as a person who is willing, you know, to look for support in your journey, right? That you are willing to look for support that can come, let's say, from other people in your life, but at the same time from your inner guidance and intuition, and even like the divine, right? That you understand when you go through circumstances that sometimes you also need assistance from others, and you go and you're open to receive it. Like I said, maybe from other people, but maybe especially from your inner guidance and a power that is, let's say, beyond you, right? Like a divine power, and you're willing to do that, and also to help yourself in the process. So you're also willing to do that, and you do it. You look for support in different areas in the way that resonate with you, and that's how you also get encouraged to keep going and to keep working. Okay, so that's how they see you. And at the same time, I can feel by this that this person, besides that, a little bit not only of the thoughts and how they perceive you, but also of the feelings, this person is willing also to support you and to encourage you. So probably they are there, like sometimes giving you advice and telling you, listen, just just relax a little bit, don't get these circumstances to overwhelm you so much. You can work through this. You have the power. They know that you have it, to work this out without getting so entangled in the mind, without suffering. Sometimes maybe they encourage you to disengage a little bit, just to go outside, to enjoy life a little bit better. Sometimes they hold you maybe, and they give you words of encouragement or even love in different ways, because they not only see you as a person willing to receive and looking for that support in different areas and that encouragement, but at the same time, I do feel that this person that you have in your heart right now, that you are inquiring about in this reading, is also willing to do it. Sometimes more outspokenly, and sometimes like with nice, gentle, quiet gestures, but they are there for you in some way. That's why they think so much about these circumstances and how you handle things on your journey. But yeah, overall it's really nice. It's about a whole process, and I can perceive support from this person towards you. And they see you as, blessed by the universe, but doing work, that you need to work as well. So let me know in the comments down below if this is resonating with you. Is this the way that you behave? Is this you? Is this your life? Because like I said, this is the perception that that person has about you. So only you know if this is truly accurate, but this is how they perceive you. Let me know about that. Also, if in the way that they, let's say, behave towards you, you see that this is how they perceive you. Share with me anything that you feel safe to share on the comments down below. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already, and like the video so you can keep coming back and being notified every time I do a reading that could resonate with you. And of course, with this, we can expand our beautiful community to serve more people like you that need this service. So I was so honored that you were here today and to be able to do the reading for you. I will see you next time, and I love you all, beautiful souls. Hello, Pile 3. Breathe. This is the card that resonated with you the most, and this is about taking time and space for yourself, for relaxation, for feeling peaceful and overall blissful. So yes, I love that. That's important, to always remember and take some time to breathe, right, in our life. But let's go straight now to the reading that you came here for. It's about to find out about how this person that you have in your heart at the moment is perceiving you. What do they think about you? How do they see you? Okay, let's go there. Let's get clarity on this. Let's get guidance. Let's take a sneak peek in their mind, right? Okay. Okay. Wow. A lot of power here. Okay. Wow. Okay, I can tell you from the get-go that they have you in high esteem, At least they have you in a high, perception, They see you as a very accomplished person in different ways. And yeah, basically they see you as ruling your life, and yourself. So let's start with the Two of Wands, okay? Okay, this is interesting because this is about decision making and motivation. So they see you as a person who has been, making decisions in your life, and in a process of making decisions about things to do, motivation, like a person that has had to face in some point in your life, the decision making between staying in the place that you were, right? Let's say in the circumstances that you were, in the experiences that you were, and taking another route, like maybe moving to a different country, different city, or changing professions, or even leaving behind relationships. But they see you as that, as a person that has been there at those crossroads, but especially motivated about the road ahead, right? And you have had to like think about it. You took the time to do it, but at the end you decided to take the road ahead, right? You had that motivation of finding something out there that was not in the place that you were, right? Like you perceived like they were like experiences or maybe knowledge or things that you wanted to attain that were like outside. That's why the travel was there. And it could have been travel like going to other places, but it could have been like going to other experiences, right? So you made that decision because you had like that fire. The ones is the suit related to the fire and the motivation of the things to do in life. You had that fire in you, and you finally decided to do that. So you followed your motivation, even your intuition, and let's say, yes, that spark that you had within, right? And you went and gained those experiences. That's the starting point here. They also see you as a person who is now in a very good place in life, let's say stable in your financial situation and your life. This is the Four of Pentacles, right? So see how the ladies here holding the bag full of pentacles. So they see you as a person who has prosperity and abundance in your life, and at the same time you're very quiet and collected about it. You also like acknowledge and recognize that, but they also perceive you as a person who is not having like a, let's say, like a lacking mentality. Like they see that you have that in your life, and that you also appreciate it, and you have gratitude for the blessings that you have in your life, but you are also willing. They perceive you as a generous person as well, as a person who is not afraid to share with others. So they see you as generous, that you are willing also when needed to share with others, but at the same time, like you are also able to analyze that sometimes you need to save for a rainy day, like that perception. They see you as that, but most importantly, they see you as accomplished, and especially like in a very balanced setting and a stable setting in your let's say financial situation and in your life, like very stable at the moment, having exactly what you need, not being worried about your financial situation, being able to save in case something comes up unexpectedly, and at the same time, if needed, also being able to help other people. That's the way they perceive you. They perceive you also as a high priestess. This is a major arcana. This is a main energy. So they see you also as a very enlightened person, a person that has developed a lot of intuition and inner guidance. That's why they see that you follow, your heart and your motivation, and at the same time you are like quiet and collected in your financial situation and in your life, maybe even in your home, the place you live, right? Like you are stable there. They see you also as in deep connection with your intuition, like you can connect with that divine power, and make decisions guided by your highest self, and not from a, let's say, like a more mundane perception. That's how they see you. That's also why they see you as a queen. They see you as the Queen of Pentacles, and see, the Pentacles is the suit of abundance and money, but also because they see you as a queen, they see you as ruling your life, right? In control. That's why they see also like the balance and being stable, but at the same time being confident. They perceive you as confident in your life, in your situation, maybe even in your job, right? And also at the same time, like you are a little bit maternal. You are perceived like that in some way, as a queen, and as a healer, as a person who also takes care of yourself. See, like you are in connection with well-being and probably even the natural world. So they see you like that. They perceive you as, yes, very balanced and stable in your financial situation, and at the same time being willing to take care of yourself. So maybe they see that you have the possibility and also the interest, let's say, of buying organic food or eating healthy in some way, exercising. That's how they see you. And this is the Eight of Pentacles, and it's very interesting how this reading has 3 pentacles in the reading, which is, like I told you, about, you know, abundance, well-being, sometimes even health, and especially also money. The Eight of Pentacles is about cultivating your skills. So this accomplishment that they see in you, they perceive that is because you have taken the time, you know, to cultivate your skills. In anything that you do in your life, depending on your profession, they perceive you as a very skilled person, very talented, but at the same time that you take the time to work on that. It's not only a talent that you have, but it's also something that you have been determined to work. Maybe you went to school for that, maybe you learn by yourself, but you have taken the time to do that. And by doing so, you have been able to attain this, you know, this success in your life, this stable life, and at the same time, this ruling of your inner guidance and, let's say, even emotions. Okay, some of you listening to or watching this video, I can feel that some of you are also people who are doing a lot of work in your spiritual path, right? And that is why also those skills are related to your intuition. Some of you are very related to the arts as well, and some kind of creativity. Doesn't have to be specifically art, but it's some creative endeavor. Even if it is in business, you use a lot of creativity and you have been willing to hone that. And this person that you have in your heart perceives that as well. That's how they see you. Okay, highly accomplished, very stable, very willing to work on your skills, a lot of intuition, and at the same time you have taken the, let's say, the action at some point in your life to go towards that inspire you, that motivated you, which is probably related to these skills that you have developed and you have been successful on that. Okay, yes, very interesting. Okay, highly evolved is how they perceive you, and very prosperous and successful in your life. Okay, let's go to some oracle cards to find out a little bit more, to gain more clarity about how they see you, how they perceive you. And I like a lot, it's very interesting how the breath card relates so much to the priestess, right? Because that's what you attain through breathing, through meditation, through taking time for yourself, being in more connection with your inner guidance, with your intuition. Okay. And this is coming as I was talking about that. So it's interesting how it relates, right? The energies. Okay. Let's take 2 more. Okay, wow. Okay, we got the full reading now to support this. Okay, so now we have a little bit more of clarity of how they think about you. So listen, the gloom and the stress, this is interesting because they see you in this setting, right? How you rule, how you are in deep connection, how you are stable, but they also see that you are not perfect. You are not perfect. You, like everyone else, at some time in your life, you also have, you know, you have your share as well, you know, like sometimes you can also experience some shadow emotions, like being gloom, and experience some stress, right? Like sometimes you can also feel a little bit of sadness, right? And not being so happy all the time. That actually they perceive that because when you have been in this situation of making decisions, that comes also from a place of analyzing, and sometimes even like having to analyze if what you are leaving behind, was also nice, and sometimes some sorrow can come from that as well. But yes, they see you as a person that sometimes has to deal with a lot of with a little bit of gloom and sadness, and also stress, because actually by being a person who is doing a lot of work professionally in your skills and all of that, stress can come. Stress can come, and it can manifest in different ways, sometimes in tears, sometimes in being tired. But the good thing is that they also see that in some way you take the time to reconnect again as a high priestess that you are. So they see that you are not, like, let's say, happy all the time. You also go through things, but you take the time to go back, to breathe, to get to your center, right? To get to your center. You know how to do the work, and by doing so, you go here to this place. And this is coming from that. Actually, this is in so deep connection also through the journey, of the decision making and the processes to be here, right? That's part of your journey as well. And they perceive that you know how to deal with this by breathing, by maybe meditating, by maybe exercising, by getting in deep connection. See how these three women here have their eyes closed, and this one as well, and getting tuned, with their inner power. Okay, they perceive you like that. You also experience this. They can see it. No one is perfect, but you deal with it by connecting with yourself and taking the time to do the work. That's how they see you. That's why also the card that came and is connected to these two cards and how the journey goes is reflection. Reflection is about, taking time to truly analyze things. And it's also about sometimes delusion, and the self-examination. And also, like, if there is distortion of emotions and perception of life, you take the time to work through that. Right? You take the time in the darkness, right? To reflect and find the light. Gloom and stress are emotions, and as many emotions, they are illusions, of the mind. They are how we react to some circumstances in our life, right? But they are illusions, and when we take the time to work through that, we truly can see the light. That's how they see you. This person sees you as a person who knows how to do this. And it's beautiful because they don't think that you are perfect. No one is, but they see you as a person who knows how to do the work, how to work in yourself, how to self-examine yourself, and also the circumstances, the distortion, and truly see the light in every circumstance and find the light here, right? So they see that you can work through anything that comes your way, right? That it doesn't matter if you experience this, is normal, it's part of the process of life, but you can work through that and you get here. So it's so interesting how this card came so related to this one, so connected with the light. That's how they perceive you as well, that you know how to do the work. And at the same time, it's so beautiful how this card came also connected to the Queen of Pentacles. She's in a setting of nature, well-being, right? Like a healer. And this is how they perceive you. But this person perceives you as well as a pine tree. See the connection with nature and also strength. And there is here pine trees also, in the background of this card. So this is so magnificent. I am in awe with this reading, with the deep connection of the cards here and the support that they bring. The pine tree is very vital, right? It has a lot of longevity and perseverance. It is said that it can keep coming back, in the sense that, let's say that you cut the pine tree, but the root system is very, let's say, long, and it's very deep. So from the roots another tree can come back, so the pine trees keep coming back, and they have a lot of vitality and perseverance and longevity as well, because it's even a wood that can also absorb shock. I mean, let's say that it receives like a blow for some reason. That's why it's also used a lot in construction. It doesn't break. It can show the scar, Yes, it shows the scar, but it doesn't break easily. So this is how this person perceives you. They feel that although you can go through some emotions and circumstances, you are strong, you persevere, you do the work, you, let's say, have the scars. You can show the scars in your journey, in your soul, in your body, in your mind, in some way that, yes, I went through those experiences, but I didn't break. I came renewed, I persevere, I come strong. And I'm also in deep connection at the same time with nature, in the sense that I can keep coming back and rejuvenating myself in that process. So they see you like that. A very strong and resilient person, perseverant, and a lot of energy and vitality. And at the same time, carnelian, which is an amazing crystal that symbolizes energy. We were talking just about that. Leadership. See how beautiful this is. Carnelian is about being a leader, about taking endeavors, about sometimes even working in settings, in projects, in work, in business, directing those teams. So they perceive you as a person that can not only rule yourself, and this is so related with the queen, but can also rule others, and take that leadership in life, and maybe even in the relationship. Like, they could trust you, that you have everything that is needed to rule and to guide, and even they could maybe being willing to follow you, willing to follow you, and let's say, like, let you guide them and take care of the family or the relationship as well. They see also that you have a lot of energy, good energy, like the pine tree, right? And at the same time, carnelian is about creativity, because creativity is needed in your life for, let's say, for being a leader, actually. But they perceive you like that, as a very creative person, and this is so related to the Eight of Pentacles, to the honing of your skills, of working in that, right? So they see you also as a very creative person, which is needed to do this work and this journey, finding answers, finding ways, and being prosperous with the skills that you have, and being also a leader. So this, like, basically resumes in some way the carnelian card, in many ways, how they see you, the energy that you have, that you give, not only what you have accomplished in life, but also who you truly are. This is how they perceive you, my beautiful soul. So let me know in the comments down below if you feel that you are like this, if they have the right perception about you, and also maybe you already can see how this person is behaving towards this, and that this is reflecting or not. That sometimes people tell you, sometimes they don't tell you up front, but this is how they are feeling, how they see you. Let me know in the comments down below that if this is resonating with you, or any reflections that you could have about this. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already. And yes, like the video as well, so you can be notified every time I do a reading that can help you in your journey, that could resonate with you. And of course, with this, you help me get to more beautiful souls that could need this same service that I provided to you today. So I was so happy that you made it here today, that you listened to the message that was meant for you. Hopefully it gave you clarity about the thoughts that this person has for you. I will see you next time, and I love you all, beautiful souls.